Today I'm going to show you how to turn basic drums into something unique. Let's do it. What's up, this is Marrcello. If you're interested in MPC tutorials just like this one, consider subscribing. And if this is of any help to you, leave a like and a comment and hit the bell so you don't miss any future tutorials. Let's dive in. Alright, we got an empty project. Let's make a plugin program and let's load up the drum synth. We're not going to use it all the way, but just for now, for the beginning. Yeah, let's just use the default kit. Let's record all of those sounds separately. Let's make it 8 bars and now let's just okay. I don't know why I made it 8 bars, but now next step is not program edit and drum synth, but main. We stay in the main menu and we're going to bounce this sequence to a sample. So here the pencil and here it's bounced to a sample. Now it will make this sequence a sample, which we can tweak further. Alright, now let's go to sequence 2. Make track 1 a normal drum program. And now let's go to sample edit. And here we got our bounce as a sample right now. So let's chop it up, trim using the threshold function. So it did it all for us. So now we can convert all those slices by using Shift, convert into a new drum program. Using slices, slice type pad parameters, do it. Go to main and find the new program. Here it is. It's called bounce sequence 1. And now we got all those sounds as samples, which we can tweak further. We will do that in program edit and then FX. Hit it 2 times to go to the drum effects. So now let's just start by tweaking the kick. First let's go to the bass E. That's interesting. As you can hear, it's overdriving a little bit, so let's go to track mix. And let's just bring down the level of this program so we have enough headroom. Back to program edit. It's like an 808 a little bit. Okay. Let's make an 808 out of this one. Let's go to tube drive. Soft clipper. This is very important. Bring the gain down a little bit. This is pretty cool. Okay, now we got this sound. What we can do with this sound is if we go to this arrow, we can flatten this pad. That means it will reset all the parameters and it will make this sound that we just created into a new sample. So let's call it 808. 808. Do it. Do it. And let's save it. Okay. Now as you can see, all the parameters are back to their original place. This is a new sample. We can see that if we go to the samples page. And here you can see this is a new sample. All the other samples are still with the others. So here we got a new one. Let's actually tweak the snare right now. Maybe make it a little bit shorter. So let's activate warp and now deactivate BPM sync. Let's just play with the stretch, just decrease the stretch. So now we get the very short and tight snare. Let's go to drum effects again. Soft clipper. I like the soft clipper. Okay, now let's also flatten this pad, so make it into a new sample. Snare. Okay. Now let's go to this clap. Let's just tweak some things. By using the bit crush, we can make it shorter. Just try out every single one of those effects and just see what it does to the sample. High pass. Let's also flatten this pad, make it into a clap, or name it clap. And now let's go back to the kick, go to samples and tune it down, or the 808. Let's actually use those drum effects again. We could do a little more with the soft clipper. And let's just put the polyphony to poly, because the notes are cutting each other off and I don't want that. So as you can hear, the 808 has a lot of character. In my opinion, you can't achieve this kind of character or this kind of making it your own inside of the drum synth. I really dig the drum synth, but I just need the full control of tweaking a sample. So we can just, for example, copy this 808 to those four, and of course, because the polyphony is on poly, we have to put them in the same mute group so that they will cut each other off. And now we can just tune them in different ways maybe. Let's just see if this is the right note. This is a G. Oh, it sounds like a G. It's pretty close. Oh, that's cool. So we got this 808. It sounds a little bit like a brass instrument. But now let's just keep moving. Let's tweak this hi-hat. Let's maybe make it shorter. With the bit crush maybe. So as you can hear, the sound, it changes completely. So now it's a different sound, and if you go to envelopes and soften the attack just a little. So let's make it a little louder, pad mix. reverse. Let's go to main and let's get a little beat going. Just start with those 808s. Bring up the clap. Let's add the hi-hat. Tune the hi-hat down one semitone. And actually the clap is still very, let's make it a little punchier, a little harder. So for that, let's go to pad mix. And let's add a transient designer. Air dynamics, air transient. And now we can add the attack shape, tweak the attack shape. As you can hear, the attack is getting harder. Okay, tune it up a little bit. Okay, I like that. So let's add this little clave, but let's change it first. Warp. BPM sync off, stretch. So let's make it shorter. But maybe tune it down a little bit. Let's add this one. We got all those 808s on the same program, so if I want to tweak them all together without affecting the other pads, there's a trick. We can go to pad mix and route them all to Submix 1, but only the 808s. So Submix 1, Submix 1, Sub 1, 1. So as you can see, we are on the route, and I just routed them all to Submix 1. Now let's go to track mix, let's go to Submix 1, here it is. Now let's add some compression to this one. To just control it a little bit more. As you can hear, the compression made the sound longer. If we make a very fast attack and a very fast release, it will just compress the transient and will make the tail longer. But we don't want that. Like that, let's add a transient air. So the clap is still pretty dry. Let's go to pad mix and let's put a reverb on the clap that can change a lot. Also on the sound, you know, reverb is a great tool for sound design. Air reverb, And let's take the small room. I really like that. Small room. So it sounds funny, but if we turn down the mix, without and with, I think it makes a difference. Alright, now let's put something on the master just to bring it all together. Maybe a compressor first, or maybe let's first make it an EQ. To make a low cut and a high cut. Low cut around 25 or so. And EQ, let's bring out some of those critical frequencies of the bass, of the 808 or the kick. It's around 100 maybe. Let's try to boost it around 100. Is better. It's a shelving EQ, so it will affect everything below 190 now. And now let's find the critical frequency of the clap. I like that. And now let's add a compressor to glue the whole thing together. Compressor. Just slide. Long attack to leave the transients through. Just a slight subtle effect. In the end, let's add a limiter. Make everything under 150 or so in mono. Release, make it very fast. As you can hear, the 808 is getting distorted by the limiter. So it's too much. Let's just for fun go to sequence 1 and build this pattern with the original drum sounds. Okay, first let's hear the original drum sounds from the drum synth. And then I'm going to switch to our own drum sounds. And now ours. Let's add a melody actually. Just see how it sounds. Make a mellotron. Let's take the mellotron. It's a G. It's a perfect G. So our 808s are pretty good in tune. track mute. Yeah. Steppe ans Mic, barfuß in Turnschuhen, habe Doppellines am Start, wenn die Buch ruft. Rapper sind asozial wie ein Kuckuck, schreib die letzte Line und mach das Buch zu. Er fragt, was machst du so? Ich mach's mal wie ein Muso. Heize ein und beiß in den Beat, denn er riecht nach ner Pizza Prosciutto. Steppe ans Mic, mach was ich will, freestyle am Zug und ich schaff mir still. Ohne die Mucke versack ich und chill. Stell sie aus, komm vorbei und dann mach dir ein Bild. Stell's auf TikTok, warte bis TikTok, boom, unser Shit drop. Jeden Tag hustle wie Rick Ross, heutige Hip-Hop, Ballermann, Flip-Flop. Alright, now we got a beautiful melody, but in order to turn this into a full arrangement, it definitely needs some variation. But there's a cool method to turn your loop into a song without adding any notes. Watch this video to learn more about this technique. I'll see you over there. Peace. Oh, let's take melody 3, that's cool for the verse. And now for the hook, let's take melody 2.